Welcome to the Calyx Services Garden. I'm Thelma and I'm sitting next to this lovely Medinilla Comingii. She's grown quite a bit since we featured her 9 months ago. Actually, she's doubled in size and every branch has a lovely bloom on it. No, there is a not so lovely side to this story, which I'd like to share with you. I'm sure you're wondering what it is, but you'll have to stay tuned, keep watching in order to find out. Actually, there are three sides to the Medinilla story that we're sharing today. The first is the really impressive growth of the Medinilla Comingii. The second is an attack of thrips and what we did about it. And the third is an update on that refurbishing activity we had done in the last video on the Medinilla speciosa. I'll start with the growth on this Medinilla and what we did in order to achieve that. We kept it in this area that gets dappled indirect light and maintain consistent soil moisture, watering only when the top 2 inches or so of the soil became dry. Based on the appearance of the plant, there was no need to add fertilizer during the last 9 months. In this location, it was very easy to observe the plant closely for any pest and disease problems. The plant remained healthy for months until we noticed this scarring of the upper surface of some leaves, as well as these black specks on the underside. Both of these are symptoms of thrips. Now, what are thrips? Thrips are narrow-winged sucking insects that leap or fly away very fast when they're disturbed, but they're very tiny and so are very difficult to see with the naked eye. There are many species of thrips that attack a wide range of crops and ornamental plants. They puncture plant tissues to remove plant juices and can cause substantial damage such as scarring, distortion, and sometimes even the death of leaves, flowers, and fruits. The worst part is that thrips breed very quickly and continuously under hot, dry conditions. They can complete their life cycle from egg to an adult in about 2 weeks. So it's always a good idea to check your plants closely, at least once per week. And when you're doing your monitoring of your plants, your examination, of course, you'll look everywhere that pests can hide, in the leaf axils, under the leaves, in all of these crevices, along the stems also. And don't forget the surface of the potting soil, as well as other neighboring plants which are likely to be affected by the same problems. So we're looking for relatively small pests most of the time, and as well as slugs and snails. What I would recommend for control of pests such as these, especially in a garden setting such as this, are the non-chemical methods. Non-chemical methods that help to reduce the presence of pests in the garden. I'm showing a few of them up on the screen, but in general it requires you to keep your garden as clean as possible, remove weeds, infected plant materials, and other debris where pests can hide, avoid overcrowding plants, and if you see a pest, be prepared to remove them either physically or you can suffocate them with soap sprays, horticultural oils. You can wipe them away with isopropyl alcohol, as well as you can use your water under pressure and blast them off of. Since this is a rather large plant and it has many other plants around it, it would have been difficult to attempt to blast the thrips with water as well as soap sprays, so we opted to use the organic pesticide BioNeem. BioNeem is non-toxic to humans, so it requires minimal protective clothing. All I'm using here is a waterproof gloves, but if you don't like the smell of the product, you may choose to wear a mask. As always, check the label of the product before using it. This label shows that the active ingredient is 1% azadirachtin. and that the application rate is 2 teaspoons per gallon of water. It says the pests that are controlled are mites, thrips, white flies, and even some diseases, mildews, etc. They're recommending weekly applications of BioNeem until the pests are controlled, and even monthly applications if you choose as a preventive measure. This hand sprayer holds about half gallon, and I've already filled it with the required amount of water, almost to the top, and I will now add 1 teaspoon of the BioNeem. I'll also add a few drops of liquid dishwashing detergent to break up the neem oil into smaller particles. That way, the oil component will remain in suspension for a longer period of time and therefore will be more effective. Now, I'm going to spray the plant thoroughly. I'll spray the upper surface of the leaves as well as under the leaves, or anything that's hiding there, the stems, as well as the surface of the potting mix. And a word of caution, avoid spraying neem oil in the middle of the day when the sun is very hot. This brings me to the third section of this video, the resuscitation of the Medinilla speciosa variety that was featured in the first video 9 months ago. Well, I have a confession to make. If you saw that video, and if you didn't, we recommend you take a look at it. In that video, I was taking a shortcut. The speciosa had been abandoned for quite a while, and it was looking really, really poorly. So I decided to attempt a resuscitation by simply trimming off the unthrifty branches and adding a bit of new topsoil to the pot. So that was a shortcut, and it really didn't work out as I was hoping. The plant started drooping and did not recover. So I finally had to do what I should have done in the first place, take a look at what was going on in the pot. And of course, what speciosa was really suffering from was root rot. So once most of the roots have rotted, there's very little you can do to resuscitate a plant. Well, not to worry. That was one failure, and the only way to correct a failure is to start again. And I was able to get not just 1, but 2 lovely, healthy Medinilla speciosa plants, which I am going to take much better care of so that I can share the results with you in due course. This brings me to the end of this video, in which we shared mixed experiences, the Medinilla, Commingi, the excellent growth, and the really lovely blooms. That was a positive. The fact that it remained relatively healthy throughout the last 9-month period that we covered, except for a mild attack of thrips, and we shared with you how we controlled that. The Medinilla speciosa was a lesson learned, and we plan to learn the lesson and start over the correct way by bringing up this Medinilla speciosa in a manner similar to the Commingi. Now, if you like what we share, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed as yet, we are asking you please to do so, because that really encourages us to do more videos such as this, sharing our experiences and imparting knowledge on how best to grow a wide range of tropical ornamentals and food crops. So, until the next video, I'm Thelma in the Calyx Garden saying thanks for watching, take care, and bye-bye.